This is Dan Abbott, and this video is a little outside my normal range of videos. It's about the Internet of Things. Not that I know much about it, but my colleague Paul Richardson at Southern Maine Community College is very interested in the Internet of Things. He is controlling a large number of devices in his own home via the Internet and is a programmer as well as an instructor at the college. He's doing a workshop in February for kids on creating a device that can be controlled over the internet, in which they will make a silly string shooter, write the code, and do all the electronics that are required to control the device via the internet. So to begin with, this is a shot of the hallway on the technology building on the second floor. And Paul has set up a number of devices here. And this website, the internetofcoolthings.net/ABLY, where anyone in the world can go to control these various devices. I'm going to start with my favorite, which is this little lighthouse. We're going to go down and turn the light off. If I click down here on the lighthouse icon and wait a moment, the light turns on, the light turns off. This is all controlled via the internet, and you can go to the same website and do the same thing yourself. Want to open that door right there in that little cabin. You click here, the door opens. You want to turn the lights off that are on the house. Christmas tree lights go off, the outside light goes off. Click that icon and they come on. There's a horn that you can't hear because it's out in the hallway, but if you click this, we have a foghorn attached to the lighthouse. Put the lighthouse light back on. And he has one of our silly string shooters that we've created by printing the parts in our 3D printer. Putting a can of silly string in, there's a trigger that goes here, a little servo motor, and this can also be controlled via the internet. That's what this icon's for, but we have placed an empty can and removed the trigger because we made kind of a mess in the hallway when we first set it up and decided that that was a bad idea. So the workshop itself, the Internet of Things workshop, it's a day of learning and fun, silly string launcher. It's going to happen on February 17th in South Portland, Maine, on the Southern Maine Community College campus. It goes from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. and the cost for everything, including all the materials, the electronics, the Raspberry Pi controlling device, $130 a person, and you will end up with a device that you can control via the internet from anywhere and say spray your little brother or your little sister or your dog or your parents with silly string when they walk by. I've seen him do this workshop with kids and they absolutely love it. Now, it also has a great deal of very serious technology behind it. So what the students will be doing when they take this, and this by the way is Paul's blog, and his blog, the internetofcoolthings.wordpress.com, has instructions on how to do the kinds of things he's going to be doing. They show one of our silly string shooters right here and the other devices that are out in the hall. And if you go to that blog, you can download code. You can take a look at, see what his instructions are for making devices like this. That includes a schematic of the electronics that students will be wiring up, and the battery pack and the devices, the servo device, the LEDs. We actually won't have an LED on the silly string shooter, but and then you'll be writing the code. The code looks like this. It's JavaScript. Paul is an expert at this, and it should be a lot of fun. If you're interested in knowing a little more about this concept of the Internet of Things, which came from a paper delivered by an MIT professor in 1999, it really has to do with the vast number of devices that are currently connected to the Internet, including our cars, pieces of our home, ATMs, and other devices, and the extent to which that will become more and more prominent as time goes on. Forbes magazine has a kind of nice description, simple explanation of the Internet of Things on their website. You might want to go there and check it out. And otherwise, if you are interested in attending the workshop, contact Marty Cox. Phone number is 207-741-5862, and her email address is mcox@smccme.edu. This is the registration form. And by the way, if you want to go and control the devices that you see on this video, then you can just go to controlfrom.space and able to turn things on and off just like this. We'll close the door, we'll turn off the lights, we'll shut down the lighthouse, and then we'll put them back on again.